Hey, welcome back to my channel, Millennial for Purpose. Today it's story time. And yes, you read the title correctly. I did feel like a loser in my early 20s, up until my late 30s, and here's why. You see, back then after high school, my life never started out with a clear direction. I had no goals, no aspiration, no idea as to what I should be doing with my life. So I didn't feel happy or excited. Instead, I felt hopeless, lost, confused, and frustrated with my life. Now, as an adult, I feel like it's very important to share my life lessons from my point of view that I think is beneficial to millennials and Gen Zs who can relate. Like I said, I felt like a loser, like I wasn't good enough. I couldn't think or figure out what I should do with my life. Even at this critical crossroad of leaving high school to enter adulthood. So for me at that time, it was me taking a year off after graduating and working a full year and a half doing retail jobs, to gain work experience. But as life progressed, I still felt like something was missing and I couldn't put my finger on it. So I went on with life. I got married. I had my first son, but even as a new mom, I still felt like I should be doing something more great, something more significant. Instead, I still felt like the loser because at this point in my life, after becoming a new mom, I was jobless. I wanted so desperately to do better. So I decided to go back to school, which was college, to better my situation and to make ends meet. When I completed and earned that certificate, I began looking for a job. But quickly, I learned that the field that I entered was highly competitive, meaning I would need to have a lot of practical experience in this field to at least get my foot in the door. It was so stressful. I found for me, there was a lot of subtle discrimination and scrutiny and a lot of, we're looking for 2 years of experience. I'm not gonna lie, I felt defeated. I genuinely thought that me going to college, that was it. Finally, I was going to take off and be successful. Only to struggle, worrying about how I was going to pay my school fees. But even though I went through this struggle, finally almost a year later after graduating and getting my certificate from this college, thank God I got a job. But it would only be for a year. Then I would have to go back to choosing and picking and hoping and wishing, but never being chosen for that position. Okay, this is where I need you to hear me out. This is the part where I realized much later on in my life that discovering my true self is not the pursuit of getting a career. In my humble opinion, it's figuring out what you really want out of life, which leads to the fulfillment of your purpose. So you can contribute to society in a positive way and possibly make a difference in other people's lives. Now for me, that was the great part of it. In simple words, find what you love to do. Because for me, the career job left me feeling not good enough. Like I must be doing something wrong as to why I wasn't getting hired. And anxiety because my husband and I, we needed a second income to survive just to make the ends meet. To end up having these same reoccurring thoughts keep repeating in my mind. Why can't these people choose me? Why can't I get my foot in the door as a long-term position? And yes, I know some people out there may think differently about having a career. And if there was success, well, congratulations. But for me, and any other fellow millennial woman who can relate to my story, it was not easy and it was not successful, and I never felt fulfilled nor satisfied with the job or the progress. Therefore, discovering my true self was not the pursuit of a career. Once I gained traction during that year I was working in this field, the process of looking again started all over for me, because guess what? The 1-year contract was up. So I began to feel longing for something much more significant. It was just that constant feeling of there's gotta be more to life than this. But here's the kicker. This is what I did. I began soul searching. I dug a little deeper into my thoughts for a better understanding of what I really wanted my life to look like. I sat quietly to myself and I reflected. At that time in my life, I couldn't put my finger on what it was about sitting still and remaining quiet as I began thinking and imagining what I wanted out of my life. But all I can say is that it worked. And I know what you're thinking. I know that in this time of age, nobody has the time to sit and think. That's how some people think. But if you love yourself enough and you've struggled your whole life trying to figure things out, you would want to sit quietly and think. It can become a regular act of practice where you open up and think deep as an act of self-love. Think about it this way. What is it that I desire to do? Or what could I be doing that's fulfilling, and what does that look like for me? It's like your inner mind becomes your outer surroundings, because now you're thinking about something that might intrigue you, that might make you feel like this is what I want to do. You no longer feel directionless because you're giving of yourself, and you're also giving yourself permission to think about life from a purpose mindset. So now that I shared my point of view, let's not cope with no sense of direction moving forward. Let's do something about it. Because guess what? It's your turn to do a little soul searching. Here is 7 self-discovery prompts to get you started. So I suggest you pause this video, grab a piece of paper, find that quiet space, and answer the questions to the best of your ability. Okay, my friends, did you find that quiet place? Okay, so here are the 7 prompts I promised. Let's get started. Number 1, what change do you want to see in your life? Pause the video here and answer each questions. Number 2, what is something you always wanted to do? Number 3, what do you wish most people knew about you? Number 4, when do you feel the most motivated? What activities are you doing? List them. Number 5, what words would your friends use to describe you? Number 6, what are your core beliefs and how do you connect or demonstrate them? Number 7, in moments of challenges or difficulties, how do you handle them? Where do you find your strength? I dare you to do something different for a change. Share 1 or 2 answers to these questions in the comments below. As you ponder these questions, I encourage you to dig deeper into your thoughts and pick out the innermost desires as to what you see for yourself. You can always revisit these questions if it seems too much right now. I understand. But make a promise to yourself that instead of merely navigating without a clear path, let's actively pursue a sense of purpose, which is critical in shaping your mindset moving forward. This may sound crazy, but everything, I mean everything, begins with you. Let's take that responsibility. So if you found this video helpful in any way, then hit the like button and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.